it's exciting to be a first. Who everybody like wishes to be a first at some point in their life, or thinks about it, or thinks about other first. And for them, when you get in that spot, it's like it took so damn long for it to be a first. And then when that sinks in, then it just takes away from what you actually did. So that's the reality. So it's good, it's great. And while I don't want to diminish this position, because it's a serious position, it's an elected position, but why did it take so long? I started off college trying to go for fashion design, end up switching to fashion merchandising, graduated with a fashion merchandising degree, but it was in my junior year when I realized that I didn't want to do it anymore. And so when I got out of college, it took me about a year, maybe two years working, and I finally got a job working with youth, working with families and in the community, and I've been like a community advocate ever since then, just really being entrenched in communities, advocating for services, advocating for better lives, and I've been doing that. My journey to be a trustee, this is not a journey that I wanted to take. I thought that a leader meant people are following you, and like you got to be the greatest example. And please believe me, I am not, and I don't claim to be. In my mid-20s, God placed in my heart that I needed to run for office, specifically in Mamaroneck. And again, I fought that tooth and nail. I was like, yeah, no. I mean, you can go for whatever octave that you knows that you wanted to hear, but I did not want to do it. I don't like politics. I still don't like politics. But what I believe in is advocacy. So as I transformed as a human being, as I transformed as a person with life challenges, grief, losing jobs, to getting a job, to everything in between, I finally said, okay, possibly this is my time. And I moved back here with my husband, and I told him, I said, we have to move back because I have to run. And I want to get myself prepared to do this. I had no idea what it took to run for office, but I knew that this was something that God needed me to do a long time ago, and I'm all about fulfilling my purpose in life. That's my goal. You can do what you got to do, but for me, I need to fulfill my purpose in life. I think that one of the things that stopped me for so many years was, and I don't think I've ever said this out loud, but I was always afraid of what my dad would say if I said I will run. If he would approve of it. So, yep. I always go for the underdog story every time. I don't know why. Like I go for, if you're rooting for a team, I'm going for the team that is like down like 50 points, and I'm like, they're gonna come back. And for me, with this, I feel like I'm always gonna I'm going for the people who don't often get seen. I go for the people who don't often, their voices are not spoken of. And for me in this community, some people may think it's not true, but people of color, our voices are not heard. It's often pushed by the wayside. And even there's a broad term, people of color, because that could go, that's a wide range. But even in this not just this community, but this world, Black people, our voices are at the bottom of the totem pole. So to be the first Black woman, first woman of color, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of myself that I did something that I did not want to do, that I pushed myself beyond my limits This really did push me beyond my personal limits of how I see myself to do something that was greater than me. And that's even emotional. When you do things that is greater than you, then you know that it's not about you. So this position is not about me. It's not about Leilani, although it's Leilani who's doing it, speaking in third person, but it's bigger than me. It's bigger than its community. And if I can be that example for other people to see, to start to believe, and possibly move, and they start to move in that type of direction, in that type of energy that is bigger than you, our policies will change. The way we live, the way we speak to each other, the way we interact will change, because then you know you are not the only person in this world. This world is not just revolve around you. And maybe we will stop having like all these new firsts, because then you will see me as a person, as an individual. I want you to see me as a Black woman, because I'm very proud to be a Black woman. I love the color of my skin. I am very, very proud of everything that I am, everything that my people have done for the greater good of humanity. But just maybe one day you wake up and not see me as that, as a person of color, and that you will see me as a person who is capable, a person who can then advocate for you, a person who can speak for you with all the love and support in the world. So yeah, I think that's about it.